lead-based pamphlets and exhibits. If you read the top of the lead-based paint exhibit, it says in all bold. Now, here's one of the things to know about the GAR contracts. If there's a paragraph in all bold, it's hella important. They are trying to make sure that everyone that reads it knows that they read at least that paragraph. That paragraph says that any property built prior to 1978, the buyer needs to have gotten the pamphlet and the exhibit from the seller and signed it. Now, there is a line on the exhibit where the buyer acknowledges that they got the pamphlet. If you are the listing agent and you have a house that was built prior to 1978 and you supply the exhibit as part of your docs, and when they submit their offer that it's not signed and initialed by the buyer, what should you do?
Get them to do it so I don't have to ask you to do it.
You need to get it signed. You need to.
It's supposed to be signed at the time of offer.
It is, and there's a little gray, but not very gray. It's pretty obvious that if this is not executed, your contract might not be valid. I like to say things like might not be valid because I'm not an attorney, and it gives me a little CYA. But the reality is that we have come out of a market where buyers would give up their firstborn to get a house. That is no longer the case. So as the market shifts, and one day in the future, it will be a buyer's market again. And when that happens, buyers will use things like this to get out of contracts. And your seller will be mad at who when they don't get their earnest money?
It's not binding unless it's signed by all parties.
Correct.
Yeah, just not binding, right?
And so we need these things signed. You need to put that effort in at the time you're getting the contract. When you're doing the negotiation, you need to push that issue. Lead-based paint is the number one thing that will cost all of us money. So please make sure that you've got it filled out. If that line is not filled out, somebody comes back and audits us, somebody meaning the EPA, that will cost us $10,000. Is it up to 14 now? So, yeah, for every line that's not properly done, every blank can cost you up to $14,000.
Don't they find everyone on?
So, lead-based paint is not to play around with. Just do it.